Hello everyone. So far I have posted so many videos of 12th standard physics. Now here I am posted the videos of 10th standard physics. Hope it is useful for you, and also I request all the students to subscribe this channel and watch all the videos continuously for better understanding. So now let us start. The first unit of the 10th standard physics is laws of motion. Okay, so the human beings are very curious about the things around us. So things around us are always related to one another, right? Some bodies are rest, some bodies are motion, and this rest and the motions are also interrelated to themselves. Okay, hope you are understanding. Anyway, when we go one by one, you can understand it easily. So in the previous classes, you have studied about the various types of motion. What is linear motion, what is circular motion, what is oscillatory motion, and so and so. Okay. So we have discussed about all the motion of the bodies in terms of like displacement, time, velocity, direction. Likewise, we have discussed all the types of motions. So, in this unit, we are going to discuss about the motion. That is, what are the causes of this motion? புரியுதா? இந்த motion உருவாகிறதுக்கு என்ன reason? எதனால இந்த motion it is moving? That we are going to study in this unit. That is laws of motion. Okay. So, you are thinking when a body is at rest, okay, after some time it starts to move. Just think of a body is simply at rest. It is at rest. Suddenly it starts to move. What did you think? How it is moving? A question arises, right? What makes this object to move? Similarly, a object is moving like this. Suddenly it comes to rest. Also, a question arises to you. What makes this body to come to rest? Similarly, when an object is moving object, right? Like this, it is moving. So suddenly it speeds up. Suddenly it slows down. And also a question arises, what makes it to speeds up and what makes this to speeds down, or what it making to moves this direction? Okay, so the only answer for all these questions is nothing but it is because of a force. Okay, so the motion or the body moving, the body at rest is moving, the body which is moving is coming to rest, it is changing its direction. All these are because of a factor, it is called as force. Okay, so before going to study the causes of the motion, or before going to study the losses of the motion, let us discuss about what is meant by this force. Okay, for common understanding, we have studied about what is a force. அதாவது நார்மலா காமனா ஒரு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங்காக மனுஷங்க புரிஞ்சுக்கிறது force இருக்கு அப்படினு, how will they understand? They'll understand because of there is a pull or a push. Okay, also I am telling that push or pull is not a force. Okay, so for common understanding, we will understand it. If there is a pull or a push, we will understand, oh, that there is a force. Okay, so force is nothing but it is not a pull or push. Something, that means two bodies, that something is interacting with the two bodies. Okay, that because of that interaction a force is developed. Okay, so that force is manifested as pull or push. புரியுதா? அந்த force தான் ஒரு புல்லாவோ இல்ல ஒரு புஷ்ஷாவோ வெளிப்படுது. It is not only pull or push, that force is manifested as pull or push. I'll give you an example. You all have seen some fruit is falling down from the tree, right? Why it is falling down? Why it is it is pulling down towards the earth, pulling down towards the earth. Why? It is because of the gravitational force. Are you accepting it? Okay. Also, you all have played, I think you all have played the tug of war game. That means tug of war means vadam ilukkirathu kelvipattirpeenga illaya. So some people will be in that side and some number of people will be in one side. Both of them will be pulling that what is that அந்த வடத்தை அப்படி இழுக்கிறாங்க இல்லையா, both of them are pulling. So pull பண்ணும்போது இப்படி pull ஆகுறாங்க, இப்படி போறாங்க. Pulling, some pulling is done over there. So this pull is because of a force. It is the manifestation of a force. It is not a other than the pull down force அப்படினு கிடையாது. Force நால they are pulling. Okay. So that is called as force. Also you have taken push-ups எடுத்திருப்பீங்க இல்லையா? அதுல அப்படி push ஆகுது இல்லையா? That is also because of a force. So all these are because of a force. So due to this force an object will move. Okay, motion will occur only because of a force. So force and motion are interrelated to each other. So in this unit they have defined force in scientific manner using the 3 laws of Newton. Okay, Newton's 3 laws of motion. So these laws help to understand the motion of the body and also it will predict the cause of this motion. Okay, இந்த laws வச்சு நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம், இந்த motion எதனால அப்படினு we can able to predict it. Okay, so these Newton's laws are very important to study the motion of any body. In the branch of mechanics we have to study everything under this Newton's laws. Okay, so before Newton formulated these laws there are so many scientists they were studying about these forces. சரியா, நியூட்டன் இத கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி நிறைய சயின்டிஸ்ட் இருந்தாங்க. ஒரு 2000 3000 இயர்ஸ்க்கு முன்னாடியே they were studying, they were researching about the forces. Now let us discuss about two of the scientists and about their that means about their researches இல்ல அவங்களோட கண்டுபிடிப்புகள் என்னென்ன கண்டுபிடிச்சாங்க அப்படிங்கறதை we will going to discuss in this unit. Before that we all have studied about chemical, right? Chemical, you all know about chemical, right? You all know about what is that something, right? Something electrical. Okay, electrical or thermal or sound, all these you have studied, right? Chemical means something related to chemicals. Okay, for example we can think of a battery. Okay, so thermal means what? It is nothing but heat. Sound, okay, it is nothing but our voice or something. Okay, so what is the ultimate aim? இதெல்லாம் படிச்சிருப்பீங்க இல்லையா? இது எல்லாத்தையும் வச்சு நம்மளோட ultimate aim என்னவா இருந்துச்சு? We have to convert this into mechanical energy, right? We are trying to convert this into mechanical. For example, a fan is there. What is your aim? You have to make the fan to move. Motion, it is related to motion, right? So our ultimate aim is to move it for the motion of that body. So we are going to discuss about the mechanics and its various branches. Okay, in this mechanics, this mechanics, it is the branch of physics. Okay, it deals about the effect of forces on a bodies. ஒரு objectல இல்ல ஒரு bodyல அந்த force ஓட effect எப்படி இருக்கு அப்படிங்கறத பத்தி படிக்கிறது தான் the mechanics. It is one of the branch of physics. So in this mechanics two main branches are there. One is dynamics and the other one is statics. Okay, one is statics and the other one is dynamic. Okay, in this dynamics we are having two branches. One is kinematics and the other one is kinetics. Okay, first let us discuss about what is the static. Static means it is the study of the bodies which are under the action of force, which are under rest. Okay, which are under rest and are under the action of forces. புரியுதா? என்ன பண்றோம்னா ரெஸ்ட்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய ஆப்ஜெக்ட்க்கு மேல உருவாகக்கூடிய ஃபோர்ஸஸ் பத்தி படிக்கிறது தான் ஸ்டாட்டிக்ஸ். ஓகே, that means we are studying about the bodies or object which are under rest. Okay, and the forces acting on it. Okay, so ஒரு ரெஸ்ட்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய ஆப்ஜெக்ட்ல என்னென்ன ஃபோர்ஸஸ் ஆக்ட் ஆகும் அப்படிங்கிறத, அது எப்படி என்னென்ன மாதிரி ஃபோர்ஸஸ் அது மேலே இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் ஆகும் அப்படிங்கிறத பற்றி படிக்கிறது தான் ஸ்டாட்டிக். இது எங்கெல்லாம் நமக்கு யூஸ் ஆகும் அப்படின்னா, we are in constructions of buildings, dams, bridges, For all these constructional, we are studying about the statics. புரியுதா? அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கு. இந்த மாதிரி அதாவது bodies which are under restல இருக்கும் இல்லையா? இந்த buildings எல்லாம் restல இருக்கும். restல இருக்கும்போது அது மேல என்னென்ன forces act ஆகும் அப்படிங்கறத பத்தி படிக்கிறது statics. Okay. The next one is the other branch of mechanics is dynamics. So dynamics means it's the study of the moving bodies under the action of force. புரியுதா? அதாவது மூவ் ஆகக்கூடிய பாடிஸ் அதை பற்றி படிக்கிறது, அது அந்த ஃபோர்ஸ்னால மூவ் ஆகக்கூடிய பாடிஸை பற்றி படிக்கிறது தான் டைனமிக்ஸ். ஓகே, இட் இஸ் அபவுட் த ஸ்டடி ஆஃப் த மூவிங் ஆப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ். ஓகே, for example, okay, here for example it is about the dams, bridges, etc. Okay, here the examples are about the moving object. What are the moving objects? You know that is car, jet, flight. Okay, everything they are moving. We are studying about the forces acting on these moving bodies using the branch dynamics. And also I told that in dynamics there are two branches. One is kinematics and the other one is kinetics. So what is this kinematics? இந்த kinematicsum kineticsum எதுக்கு கீழ தான் வருது? Under the moving object. Okay, here we are going to study in kinematics we are going to study the motion of the bodies without considering the forces acting on it. இதுக்கு மேல ஆக்ட் ஆகுற forces நம்ம எடுத்துக்காம without considering the that means the forces நம்ம கன்சிடர் பண்ணாம அதை வந்து படிக்கிறோம். புரியுதா? அப்படின்னா நீங்க யோசிக்கலாம், you are thinking how we can study with the object moving without considering the forcesனால தான பாடி மூவ் ஆகுது, அது இல்லாம எப்படி படிக்க முடியும்? you are thinking that. So here we are considering the present situation வச்சு அந்த body in which velocity it is moving, at what direction it is moving, at what is the displacement it have taken, and what's the time taken for that moving body. Like this, for using all these parameters, all these present situation, we will predict the future situation, or using the present situation we can predict the past situation. For example, in the Mars இருக்கு இல்லையா, மாஸ்ங்கிற இந்த ஒரு மீன்ஸ் பிளானட் இப்போ இருக்கிற இதே வெலாசிட்டியில மூவ் ஆயிட்டு போயிடுச்சு அப்படின்னா பாஸ்ட்ல அது எப்படி மூவ் ஆயிருக்கும், இல்ல ஃபியூச்சர்ல அது எப்படி மூவ் ஆகும் அப்படிங்கறத we can predict without considering. Here we are not at all considering the forces acting on the body. Okay, in kinematics we are not considering about the forces acting on the body. Okay, similarly, what is kinetics? Kinetics, it is the study of the moving object. Both are about the study of the motion of that is moving object, considering all the forces acting on it. Okay, here we are considering all the சின்ன forcesum எப்படி அதுல ஆக்ட் ஆகுது அப்படிங்கறத பத்தி படிக்கிறது தான் kinetics. Okay, here before itself Galileo only proposed this kinematics. So when Galileo proposed this, he tried to explain about the forces acting on it. அவர் வந்து இதெல்லாம் வச்சு எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்றாரு, present situation வச்சு ஃபியூச்சர்ல எப்படி இருக்கும், பாஸ்ட்ல எப்படி இருந்திருக்கும்ங்கலாம் பண்ண முடிஞ்சது. He is trying to explain. He started the concept of force, but he couldn't explain it properly. அப்பதான் கத்துக்கறாங்க இல்லையா, ஸ்டார்டிங் ஸ்டேஜஸ். அவர் ட்ரை பண்றாரு, அவர் கண்டுபிடிக்கிறாரு forces something act ஆகுதானா, அவரால ப்ராப்பரா he couldn't explain everything. Okay, but here it was explained and proposed everything by Newton. Okay, he proposed all the laws. அந்த ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் மேல என்னென்ன forces act ஆகும் அப்படிங்கறத he explained everything in a clear cut manner. Okay, so this kinetics, here we are considering all the forces acting on our body. So compared to kinematics, kinetic is the higher level of study ன்னு சொல்லலாம். ஒரு பெரிய அளவுல நம்ம அதுல படிக்கிறோம், ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் பத்தி என்னென்ன ஆக்ட் ஆகுங்கறத we are studying about. So compared to kinematics, kinetic is the best way. So that's all about the introductory part of this unit. So I have told you some of the important things, keep it in mind. So here our main aim is to we are studying about the causes of the motion. The main cause of the motion is nothing but force. In the branch of mechanics we are having two branches, dynamic and static. Static means bodies which are under rest, okay, under the action of forces. Here bodies which are moving under the action of forces. Kinematic means about the moving bodies, not considering about the forces acting on it. Kinetic means about the moving bodies considering all the forces acting on it. Thank you for watching.